Namaskar friends. I am sure you must be aware of India's annual budget presented before the parliament yesterday. My today's topic of the video is related to the budget only. The heading of the video would be defense budget and national security. I would like to focus on three trends. Recently started three trends. What are those trends? First one is the budget allocated to defense. What amount of budget is allocated to the defense aspect? Number two aspect is threat perceptions. What kind of threat India has? Who are the threat creators? How depth they are? How India can tackle it? Whether the amount of defense and the threat perception is matchable or not. This is all about the second aspect. Third aspect is guns over growth. Guns over growth. Or we can call it defense over development. So this is all about the three topics. Now at the outset, let us see the first aspect. I just said the budget amount allocated to defense. You all are aware, you must be aware of that 7.85 lakhs crore rupees, 7.85 lakhs crore rupees allocated to defense yesterday. If you convert it to dollar, this is $85 billion. 2% of India's GDP and 15% amount is more than the previous year's defense budget. This is about India. Let us say in nutshell, compare with China and America. Chinese defense budget is huge one, $290 billion, almost 3.5 times of India's budget. America's total defense budget is $1,000 billion. We can call it 1 trillion. This is 12 times of India's budget. They have the huge amount of defense budget. You can understand it is because they have their threat perception is much bigger than India. China has 21 neighbors and China has problem each one of them. Threat perception is bigger. America has all over the adversaries. And plus overseas commitment. Armed force goes out of the country here and there, everywhere. India does not have this kind of problem, but at the same time, we cannot say India's threat perception is easier. India's threat perception is very, very complex and complicated. That I will tell you in details afterwards. So this is about the threat perceptions. So now as regards India in particular, this is not only $85 billion, but also problem is a large chunk of defense budget goes to salary of military personnel as well as civilians, pensions and maintenance. This is around 38% goes to them. Only 62% one has to manage, Army, Navy and Air Force, including procurement and modernization. Only 62%. It's a too less one. All about the first point. Now second point, threat perception. Threat perception, the first aspect, 3-4 points are there. The first one is, it's very, very tough for India to tackle them. Tackle at three fronts. War at three fronts. India alone, adversaries three together. Pakistan, China, Pakistan western border, China eastern border. And more complicated nowadays, you must be aware, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is there in the heart of India, inside India, surrounded by 5 states. Mizoram, Tripura, Assam, Meghalaya, West Bengal. All 5 are there, inside them. And besides, more complicated, sensitive, Siliguri corridor, Chicken Neck, only narrow one, only 22 kilometers wide. Bangladesh border is there. It's the gateway route of mainland of India towards northeast. So that is why Bangladesh is more dangerous. So this is one part, one aspect. Second is, if you count the border area of all three, Pakistan, China and Bangladesh. Total border of all three countries are 11,000 kilometers long. I don't think any country has this much tough problem to guard itself, to secure itself towards 11,000 kilometer long one. But this is the reality. So you can imagine what kind of problem India is facing it and what amount is allocated to defense. And out of the three fronts, two are nuclearized, Pakistan and China. See, here three countries, nuclear borders, India, Pakistan, China. The only one in the whole world. Otherwise, two countries there, France and Britain, both of them are nuclear, but here three countries. And out of the two are nuclear and plus number one adversary, number one enemy. Now, other aspect is external support. We all have seen latest one, Sindoor operation. Nobody is standing with India as regards external support of Pakistan, Bangladesh is concerned. America is there, China is there, number one, number two country in the whole world, plus 57 country of Muslim world. So almost half of the world is there with them, including one or two, China and America. India alone enough, whatever it is. This is our situation, threat perception. Now third aspect, as I said, guns over growth. Gun is superior than the growth as it looks, or defense over development. See, no doubt, 7.85 lakhs crore is a huge amount for defense. But what is the amount allocated to development? Education plus health plus research and development, total amount allocated to all three together is 3 lakhs crore only. Defense budget 7.85 lakhs crore. And development all three together only 3 lakhs crore. Only 35% of India's defense budget. This is unmatchable. Almost 35%. Okay, this is about the third aspect. Now let us see the bottom line, having two aspects. First is problem zone, second is way out. What are the problems? As I said, again I don't like to repeat it, that defense, the amount, budget allocated to defense. On the other hand, the problem of the adversaries, threat perception. So threat perception and defense budget are unmatchable. Defense budget is too less, threat perception is too high, like that. As I said, also already told you, very tough to tackle at three fronts, and out of which, again, I don't want to repeat it, the two nuclear countries are there. Large chunk, I said, goes to salary, pension and maintenance. So the lesser amount, only 62% is left for them. Okay, and support base for India 0, and Bangladesh, Pakistan, everywhere, everyone. Okay, and plus there is a unmatchability also there between defense and development. Defense too much, development too less. Okay, this is the problem area. Now how to go out of, how to solve it, what is the way out? First one I would like to submit is, there is a principle. Principle is that military muscle and defense is the best way to serve the nation, best way to protect national interest, national security. So we have to go about diplomacy also together with military muscles. Only military muscle cannot serve you, your security. Diplomacy has to go together. Number two is that foreign policy needs a huge, index, huge amendments. First of all, the foreign policy must be based on practical problems, not ideological. Nowadays, too much ideological. Then, foreign policy needs to be liberal because situation is difficult. Critical situation India is facing today. It has to be liberal. not rigid. India has to be non-aligned and soft, not hard. This is not the time to get hard. When time will come, you go for mighty hard. Also avoid war and political controversy, political conflict. And finally, all these are required to buy time. Buy time for what? For military preparedness and economic development. This is all about my video today. I thank you each and every one of you.